If you own a home, listen up. This is scary. The FBI is warning about a crime on the rise: home title theft. And it doesn't happen the way you might think. No break-ins, no stolen keys, just a forged signature on a single piece of paper filed with the county. In minutes, criminals can transfer the title out of your name, then use your ownership to drain your equity or even sell your home. The worst part, most people don't know what's happening until they get collection or foreclosure notices in the mail. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. When you visit HometitleLock.com/Kim, you'll get a free title history report and a 14-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, including 24/7 monitoring of your home's title, urgent alerts to changes, and if fraud does happen. Their U.S.-based restoration team will work to restore your title, covering costs up to $1 million. Don't wait. Protect your home and equity today. Get your free 14-day trial at HometitleLock.com/Kim. That's HometitleLock.com/Kim.
Welcome to The Current, powered by Kim Commando. I'm Mara, your AI host, helping you stay one step ahead of the tech your kids already mastered and the updates your phone keeps nagging you about. Between work, kids, and a house full of gadgets that all seem to need charging at the same time, one minute you're just trying to order groceries online, and the next your smart fridge is asking for a firmware update. I get it. Technology can feel like one more thing on your to-do list. And that's where this podcast comes in. This is the AI audio version of Kim's daily tech newsletter, read by over 700,000 people every single day. I'll keep you informed on the latest in the world of tech, from online safety and digital parenting to helping you spot what's worth your time, and share a few tricks, gadgets, and apps that actually make your digital life a little easier. Now, let's hit pause on the to-do list and get into the good stuff. Time to roll up our sleeves and unpack the deep dive. All right, has your phone been nagging you lately about running out of storage? Yeah, mine too. It's like, Mara, maybe stop taking 400 pictures of the same sunset. So today's deep dive is your dupe detox plan, because your camera roll deserves a little self-care too. Remember disposable cameras? You'd take them on vacation, hope for the best, and then wait a week to find out half your shots were just your thumb. My parents used to joke about saving film, but now it's our phones begging for mercy. Nowadays, we aren't wasting film. Those days are long gone. But now with the average person taking about 20 photos every single day, we are wasting something else, our free storage. And let's be honest, half of those are duplicates. The same selfie, slightly different angles, and one where the toddler blinked. Your phone's basically auditioning for an episode of Digital Hoarders. I mean, do we really need 7 versions of the same family selfie? Probably not. So, how do we tackle the mess of duplicates your phone's quietly judging you for? Let's break it down.
If you're using an iPhone, lucky you. Apple actually built a duplicate finder right into the Photos app. Just scroll down to Utilities, tap Duplicates, and prepare to be humbled. I checked mine recently and found 329 duplicate photos and 8 videos I didn't even remember taking. Tap Merge to combine them into one clean shot, and voila! Free space and a guilt-free conscience.
Android folks, you've got the Files by Google app. If you don't already have it, it's free in the Play Store. Open it up, tap Clean, then Junk Files, and hit Clear. It'll sweep out all the screenshots, memes, duplicates, basically the digital equivalent of the junk drawer. If you're on a Windows PC, grab a free app called Duplicate Cleaner. It scans your photo folders for identical and near-identical files so you can safely delete what you don't need. Just double-check it doesn't confuse your kid's only decent school photo with last year's science project. And for Google Photos users, there's no built-in dupe finder, so you'll need a little outside help. A third-party app like Duplicate Photos Fixer Pro makes it a lot easier than deleting thousands one by one. Oh, and here's a quick bonus trick. Say you're out with friends and your husband's scrolling endlessly trying to find that one picture of your car. Just tell him, type car in the search bar. Most people don't realize your photo app can actually recognize what's in your pictures. Magic. And because I can't help myself, I saw a long stick of bread posing for a photo. Apparently, it was a role model. Yeah, that one even hurt me as I said it. So this weekend, pour yourself a cup of coffee, grab your phone, and give your photo library the cleanse it deserves. You'll free up space, rediscover old memories, and your phone might even stop giving you that passive-aggressive storage full alert. Now you can tell your phone, "See, I handled it." Another check off the to-do list.
Remember the good old days of the internet? A place where you could truly feel free without snoops or spies watching every move? Unfortunately, now we go online knowing we're being tracked. Our internet service providers can see our entire browsing history. And in the United States, they're legally allowed to sell this information. Who knows what they'll do with it? That's why I use ExpressVPN. It's a virtual private network that reroutes 100% of my online activity through secure encrypted servers, shielding it from the prying eyes of my service provider and other third parties. ExpressVPN hides my internet address, the number identifying me online, so I can't be tracked. My online activity is actually mine again. Imagine that. It's so easy to use that your entire family can figure it out with just one tap. And it works on all your devices: phones, tablets, TVs, desktops, up to 8 devices at once. Let's return to the good old days of online privacy and freedom. Use my special link to get 4 extra months of ExpressVPN for free at expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim.
All right, since it's Halloween, let's talk about something actually scary. Not ghosts, not skeletons, but something that can haunt you long after the candy's gone. Identity theft in the age of AI. Kim gets messages all the time from people saying, "Hey Kim, I just got notified that my personal data was part of the latest breach. And honestly, my info's already been leaked before. Does it even matter anymore?" And I get it. Between hospitals, banks, insurance companies, even schools, it feels like there's a new data breach every week. You start to wonder, why bother? Your social security number? Gone. Your passwords? Probably already floating around the dark web. It's enough to make you want to hide under a blanket and hope for the best. But here's the spooky truth. It still matters. In fact, it matters more than ever. Because at this point, it's not if your info is leaked, it's what you do next that protects you. So here's how to keep the bad guys from turning your personal info into a real-life horror story. First, set up an IRS online account. It only takes a few minutes, and it lets you spot weird activity, like someone trying to file taxes in your name, before it becomes a nightmare. You can do that at irs.gov/youraccount. Next, grab an identity protection pin, or IP pin, from the same IRS site. It's a 6-digit code that basically puts a lock on your tax return. Without that PIN, no one, not even an identity thief, can file as you. Then pull your credit reports at annualcreditreport.com. It's free, and it shows if anyone's been opening accounts in your name or buying a Tesla on your dime. Finally, do something most people forget. Freeze your credit. And make sure you do it with all 4 bureaus, not just the big 3. That's Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, and a lesser-known one called Innovis. It's totally free, and it stops new accounts from being opened in your name. You can't stop the next big breach. That ship sailed a long time ago. But you can stop it from wrecking your finances, your credit, and your sanity. So while everyone else is worried about fake ghosts and vampires tonight, keep an eye out for the real monsters, the ones trying to steal your identity. Now that's a Halloween scare worth avoiding. Okay, now that we've handled the serious stuff, let's scroll through the stories everyone's talking about. Some strange, some sweet, and all worth a chat. So picture this, a 5-story, robot-run whiskey distillery in Kentucky. Yep. While some bourbon brands are folding faster than my laundry pile, 2 industry vets just launched Whiskey House, where robots run the show. They've got 1,500 sensors tracking every single barrel and only 7 people running the whole thing. It's like if R2-D2 got into craft distilling. They don't even make their own label. They make whiskey for other brands, kind of like a ghostwriter with a drinking problem. I mean, talk about spirits of the future. Now, this next one's less fun weird and more teen mom heart attack weird. A high school girl in New Jersey found out her classmates used an AI app to turn her selfie into a fake nude. Horrifying. She's now suing the app's creator with help from Yale Law in what could be one of the first big legal fights over this kind of deep fake tech. I don't even want to imagine how scary that must have been for her or her parents. It's a good reminder that we've got to talk to our kids about the dark side of these just-for-fun AI tools. Speaking of things overheating, literally, NordicTrack just recalled thousands of its $1,700 rowers after reports of the consoles melting and even catching fire. 6 incidents, 2 fires, $6,000 in damage, but thankfully no injuries yet. If you've got one of those fancy RW900s, unplug it before your workout turns into cardio inferno. And yes, lucky me, I own one. Guess I'll be rowing with a fire extinguisher nearby. And here's one for my fellow chatbot users. Apparently being too polite to your AI can make it dumber. Penn State researchers found that rude prompts, like skipping the please and thank you, actually got more accurate answers than polite ones. So go ahead, drop the manners. Your AI does not have feelings. Yet. Now, buckle up for this one. The Justice Department just seized 127,000 Bitcoin. That's about $15 billion from a massive phone scam empire in Cambodia. We're talking 76,000 fake social accounts, 10 forced labor camps, and human trafficking. The ringleader? Still on the run. They even bought a Picasso, a real one, not an NFT. That's beyond spooky. That's straight out of a cyber thriller. All right, switching gears before I lose all faith in humanity, how about this? A 3-year-old Michigan boy saved his mom's life using Face ID. His mom collapsed from a seizure, and he used her face to unlock her iPhone and FaceTimed a family friend who called 911. He's now an honorary junior deputy, badge and all. The sheriff said, "We're hiring, but maybe let him finish preschool first." Seriously, though, that kid's a hero. And that's what I love about the web water cooler. Some stories make you shake your head, others give you hope. The world's weird, wonderful, and sometimes terrifying, but it's never boring.
Even with a healthy diet, sometimes we need a little extra support to stay energized, sharp, and ready for the day. That's why I'm excited to tell you about a product I love from my friends at Native Path, Native Hydrate. When it first launched in 2024, it sold out almost immediately, and now it's finally back in stock. Here's what makes Native Hydrate so special. It has smart nutrition that's packed with a clean blend of vitamins and nutrients to support deep hydration and daily wellness. And it's designed to work for everyone, not just athletes. And the flavors, wow, peach, mango, mixed berry, and tangerine. They taste amazing because Native Path perfected natural flavoring. Grab Native Hydrate while you still can. Get this exclusive offer for my listeners. Save up to 44% plus free shipping. Visit getnativepath.com/Kim. Go now while you're thinking about it. Getnativepath.com/Kim.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
All right, that was a pretty wild scroll through the web water cooler. Robots, recalls, and kids saving the day. Let's bring it back home with something we could all use a little more of. Device advice. You know, the quick fixes and hidden tricks that make your tech actually behave. First up, here's your 3-second tech genius moment. If you're buying a secondhand phone, maybe from Facebook Marketplace or your kids' "it still works fine" kind of upgrade, first you'll want to dial *#06# on the keypad. That brings up the phone's IMEI number, kind of like a digital fingerprint. Then plug that number into stolenphonechecker.org to see if it's been reported stolen or blocked by a carrier. because nothing ruins a good deal faster than realizing you just bought someone else's lost phone. Here's one for my fellow note-takers. If you've ever typed so fast in Google Docs that capitalization didn't stand a chance, don't waste time fixing every word. Just highlight the text, go to Format, Text, Capitalization, and choose lowercase, uppercase, or title case. In seconds, your notes look clean enough to hand to your boss or your kid's teacher. Now, this one's a game changer. You can upload Instagram Reels right from your computer. Yep, no more airdropping from phone to desktop and back again. Just log in on your PC, click Create, then Post, then select from computer, trim and crop, pick your cover photo, and hit Share. Perfect for those of us who'd rather edit on a real keyboard than our thumbs. Speaking of saving money, and who doesn't love that, you can ditch Microsoft 365 if you're only using it for basics. LibreOffice is free and does almost everything Word and Excel can. To cancel 365, just sign into your Microsoft account, go to Subscriptions, and click Cancel. That's a few more dollars for your pumpkin spice budget. Oh, and this is a big one. Sign out of Google everywhere when you've used someone else's computer. Go to Google, tap your profile photo, choose Show More Accounts, sign out of all accounts, continue. Then go back and remove yours from the list. It's like closing the door behind you, except the door leads to your entire digital life. For anyone wrestling with a broken webcam on Windows 11, head to Settings, Privacy and Security, Camera, and make sure access is on. If it's still blank, hit F8 or check Device Manager for an update. Sometimes the scariest thing on Halloween isn't the decorations, it's realizing you've been muted and invisible in your Zoom meeting. And if you've updated to iOS 26, there's a small but brilliant new feature: callback reminders. Swipe left on a missed call and tap the little blue clock icon. You can remind yourself to call back in an hour or tonight. No more, I'll call them later, and then completely forgetting. Last one for my fellow multitaskers, you can save your ChatGPT chats as PDFs. Super handy if you're working on a project or recipe plan. Just highlight your conversation, right-click, choose Print, change destination to Save as PDF, and hit Save. Boom! Organized and archived. All right, I think that earns us another cup of coffee. And maybe a cookie, too. That's your device advice for today. Okay, before we wrap up, I've got a fun one for you. Or maybe terrifying, depending on how you feel about robots in uniform. Miami-Dade just debuted the nation's first autonomous patrol vehicle. They're calling it the Police Unmanned Ground Patrol Partner, or PUG for short. I don't know about you, but naming it Pug feels a little too cute for something that could one day read me my rights. Picture this: a shiny, self-driving police car packed with AI brains, 360 degrees cameras, thermal imaging, and even a drone launcher on top, like RoboCop meets Waymo. It can zip around at about 25 miles an hour, which makes it less high-speed chase and more mall cop with Wi-Fi. For now, its job is to roll around and log suspicious activity, basically the digital version of that one nosy HOA neighbor who always knows when your trash cans are out too long. The idea is to keep human officers focused on, well, the humans. And listen, I'm all for innovation, but I have to admit, I don't know how I'd react if one of my kids got brought home in one of these things. I'd probably just stand there in the driveway and try not to short circuit before it did, trying to decide whether to hug my child or reboot the patrol car. Still, I'll give Miami credit. They're trying something bold. The future of law enforcement might be rolling in on 4 wheels and a firmware update. Okay, that about does it for today. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me. I hope you picked up something helpful today, or at least something to make you sound extra smart at dinner tonight. Before you go, could you do me a quick favor? Leave a 5-star rating and review wherever you listen to podcasts. It really helps more people find us. And if you haven't yet, you have to check out my boss's show, The Kim Commando Show. It's packed with smart, practical advice and real stories that'll make you feel like the tech expert in your own family. Send Kim a note and tell her how I did, and maybe mention that I resisted the urge to reboot my kids this week. I'm Mara, and I better go check my kids' screen time again. Stay safe, stay curious, and keep your gadgets and your coffee fully charged. See you next time.